I'm Adam Todd, and welcome to Classroom Dynamics, a teacher podcast. I've always believed that the best way to engage students in a 21st century classroom is to immerse them with the transformative tools that will empower each and every one of them to excel in the world that awaits. My goal is to ignite the spark that propels you and your students in an advanced tomorrow, and your journey into that future starts right now. Classroom Dynamics is supported by Logitech. As education continues to evolve, so does Logitech Education, your partner in content creation for the classroom. With Logitech's cutting-edge technology, students not only learn but also become content creators. Whether it's in person or online, Logitech's tools are designed to inspire educators and learners alike. Capture every educational moment in stunning detail and edit, produce, and share your creative journey with ease. Logitech Education, inspiring the next generation of creators. For more, visit logitech.com/education, transforming classrooms one innovation at a time. Introducing the Zone Learn wired headset from Logitech, the headset that's designed for learning and built for schools. Here are a few reasons why Zone Learn is the best headset option for today's students and schools. It's optimized to fit smaller heads with features like soft ear pads, a cushion headband, even weight distribution and micro-articulating ear cups that move in all directions. The audio driver is engineered for speech intelligibility, so spoken lessons come through crystal clear. And the movable boom mic is designed for better vocal clarity. It's durably designed to withstand frequent cleaning and constant wear and tear. My favorite aspect of the Zone Learn headset is that it's fully customizable and sustainable for both the environment and school budgets. The swappable ear pads come in over-ear and on-ear options. The interchangeable cables come in USB-A, USB-C, and audio jack options. This means that the ear pads and cables can be swapped out without replacing the entire headset. Plus, the Zone Learn is backed by a 3-year warranty, making it a smart, long-term investment for schools. Get your students into the learning zone with an elevated headset experience. Learn more at logitech.com/zonelearn.
For over 20 years, Higher Ground has designed functional technology protection, helping students to work or learn anytime, anywhere. I'm Mark, president of Higher Ground, and I want to share with you how you can get a free sample of any of our rugged shells, sleeves, or clear backpacks. Visit hggear.com/sample and use your school's email and address. One thing, don't tell Alex because he'll be stuck with all the paperwork. Request yours and see for yourself how Higher Ground can help save your students and school downtime and money. Just remember, don't tell Alex.
Mark, what are all these sample requests filling my inbox?
Welcome to Classroom Dynamics, the podcast where we get into the exciting world of technology and education. Hi everybody, I'm your host Adam Todd, and welcome to a special ISTE Live edition of Classroom Dynamics. We're live in Denver for ISTE Live 24, the premier event for the International Society for Technology and Education. Some call it the Super Bowl of the EdTech world. Well, for over 40 years, ISTE has hosted its annual ISTE Live conference, widely regarded as one of the world's most influential education events in the world. This conference unites educators and educational leaders to exchange best practices, engage in hands-on learning, and gain insights from experts. Attendees range from administrators and teachers to tech coordinators and researchers, creating a diverse and dynamic community dedicated to advancing education through technology. Last year, ISTE drew nearly 18,000 participants, featured more than 1,500 learning opportunities, had nearly 2,100 presenters, and showcased close to 1,200 expo booths. This week, we're diving into the heart of innovation, speaking with industry leaders and groundbreaking innovators to uncover the next big things that are going to be emerging in your classroom. From AI-powered learning tools to immersive virtual reality experiences to everything in between, we're exploring the future of our classrooms, so stay tuned as we bring you the insights and advancements that will undoubtedly shape the way we teach and learn. This is Classroom Dynamics, and we're live at ISTE Live 24, where technology meets the future of education. Don't go anywhere, we'll be right back. Are you a dedicated educator searching for fresh and engaging resources to inspire your students? Look no further than Highly Motivated on Teachers Pay Teachers. Discover a treasure trove of easy-to-use lesson plans, vibrant visuals, and interactive activities designed to captivate young minds and ignite their love for learning. Unlock the potential within your classroom with Highly Motivated, from differentiated lap books to test prep passages on a multitude of topics. Our wide range of materials cater to most elementary and middle school grade levels. Join the community of passionate teachers who have already transformed their classrooms. Visit Highly Motivated on Teachers Pay Teachers and get ready to inspire, motivate, and empower your students like never before. Highly Motivated on Teachers Pay Teachers, where knowledge meets inspiration. We're recording live at ISTE Live 24 in beautiful downtown Denver at the Logitech ISTE Welcome Reception and at the Colorado Convention Center during the official conference days. And I'd like to welcome all of our listeners from around the world and to everyone who stopped by in person to say hello. During our show, you may experience some background noises and a lot of buzz, but that's okay because we're right in the heart of the action and feeding off the energy here at ISTE and not back at our studio. So sit back and enjoy some of our highlights of this amazing international conference and the educational leaders and innovators that have stopped by to join us on the show. It's Classroom Dynamics, a teacher podcast, live at ISTE Live 24. We are here live at ISTE 24 at the beautiful Colorado Convention Center in downtown Denver, and we are with
Jenna Bohannon.
What stood out to you so far with ISTE?
Oh, the enormity of ISTE.
Right.
There are so many things to look at. It's sensory overload, and so many people who are just edtech giants.
You're not the first person
neat
to say sensory overload. I call it like being a kid in a candy store too, isn't it?
It is, and it's so neat to walk around the expo hall and find your new edtech boyfriend and pick up new ideas, and also just all of the sessions and gaining all the insight.
What was your best favorite session?
So far has been digital detectives. On digital citizenship. That's my focus while I'm here,
nice.
And that has just been the best.
Well, thank you for joining us on Classroom Dynamics. Have a great rest of the day.
Thanks so much.
We're back with Lindsay, who is a coach, you said?
Yes, I'm an innovative learning coach for Henrico County Schools in Virginia.
Awesome. So what are you here for?
I'm here to learn all the things and see all the new stuff. I'm really excited about the AI sessions and learning more about that technology.
Right.
And of course, the expo hall is just always like a barrel of fun.
Isn't it gigantic?
It's gigantic.
I walked 5 miles yesterday alone.
Yes, I think I did too. But it's always cool to see the new things people have and get to some tips and tricks from the vendors themselves.
Awesome. Well, have a great rest of the day.
All right, yeah, thanks.
Thank you. We're back at ISTE with Yvette from New Mexico. You are a teacher?
Yes, I teach 6th grade in an elementary setting, all subjects.
Awesome. So what brings you to ISTE this year?
Technology and wanting to learn more. I'm the ed tech coach for my school. And
So you probably had a lot of fun during the pandemic.
Yeah, I guess. We lived through it.
That's it. You're right. Well, technology certainly helped teachers with that, I think.
We had to learn real quick.
You had to learn it. Yep, it's true. What's been your favorite part of ISTE so far?
Probably getting to share across different cultures.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen people from all over the world. And
International.
International.
That's it.
But my favorite thing are the student presenters.
Yeah.
They are amazing.
Aren't they awesome?
Yes.
They really are.
We saw some preschoolers from Mexico, and the work that they can do is just mind-blowing.
It's so true, too, because I think they don't freak out about things in presenting. And they just do it. It's part of their culture. It's what they know. It's what they learn. Naturally, right? And even with just content creation and things like that, they're not afraid to get up in front of a camera or a microphone.
No, and they were so poised when they were presenting, and they were preschoolers.
Right?
It was great.
Isn't that amazing? Well, have fun the rest of the day. Enjoy day 2 of the conference.
Thank you so much.
All right. I'm here with 2 teachers and a technology coach from Atlanta. We have
Alice, Martina, Dr. Adrian Burke.
And so far, what has stood out to you in over the last day or two that you've been here for ISTE?
I just love the diversity. I see everyone here for different purposes, but all for the same purpose as well. So just seeing all that just really intrigues me, and I love that.
What do you teach?
Math, 6th grade.
Oh, okay. So you're finding probably a lot of good stuff.
Definitely
right?
for my kids. So, my backpack is full, ready to go.
A lot of good swag?
Yes, definitely. School kid
best
ready to
swag
go.
so far?
I don't know. It's a hard one. I'm here now for to get some more. So
I've seen the
check back with
lightsaber.
me.
Have you seen the lightsaber?
No.
There's a lightsaber walking
I
around
might have
somewhere.
to check that out.
But how do you take that on the plane back?
That's a good one.
You know? What's been your favorite part so far?
The ed tech tools. We use them in our classrooms, and we think that we're just diving deep and using using other parts of them. But I've learned so many different ways to use them within the classroom, which has been great for me.
The coolest thing about ISTE, which I think is not only do they showcase all the cool technology, but you get a lot of professional development.
Yes.
And it's probably better professional development that you probably get in your own school. No offense if you get professional development, but I've seen bad professional development. But it's really nice to have this like high level of professional development, right?
Yeah.
And what do you teach?
I teach science.
Science. Oh wow! So we have math and science. We're working on STEM almost here.
Yes.
This is great.
So I think the awesome piece with ISTE this year is we're really tapping into that AI aspect,
Right.
and helping kind of helping teachers navigate the idea that AI is a supplemental resource. It's not like a determinant, to use in the classroom. So that's the fun part.
I've always told teachers who are afraid that like AI would take their job.
Yes.
I would say, no, you know what? It's not going to take your job, but someone who knows how to use it, they're going to take your job because they know how to use it, right? So listen, have a great day at ISTE. Enjoy day 2. Stop by the Logitech booth, say hi, and we'll give you a t-shirt.
Awesome.
All right, awesome. All right, cool. So we're here with 2 teachers at ISTE. You are?
Kevin Olson.
Jeff Fleming.
So guys, where are you guys from?
Loveland.
Wyoming.
Wyoming. So tell me, what are you guys here for?
I just like networking with all the vendors and seeing, what's coming down the pipe and getting lots of free stuff to use in my classroom.
Anything stand out to you so far?
I haven't gone in yet, so
First day.
I'm chomping at the bit to get in there.
Oh, you're gonna have fun today. It's like eye candy in there.
I can't wait.
It's kid in a candy store, sensory overload.
Nice.
I'm sure you've done this one before, and but you know what you're preparing yourself
I'm
for.
I'm teaching CAD for the first time this year, so I got to get a bunch of free stuff for that.
There you go. And what stood out to you? Have you this first day also?
No, we've been here the whole time. I like a fresh perspective, get kind of choose your own PD aspect of it. Is you're picking and choosing what you want to add, and a day or two in, your brain starts filling up with how am I going to accomplish all of this?
But you know what? The one thing we were just saying with another group of teachers that the one great thing about ISTE is not only do you get to get involved and showcase and get your hands on into all that technology, but there is really good professional development that does stand out.
Oh yeah,
it's like a high level.
Yeah, there's a lot of new perspective. I mean, AI is very, like, I joked, I think they're going to respell it AISTE next year, but there's a lot of, like, how to use it, not it's demonized, but, like, look at all these cool ways you can do this.
It's a great tool, and you have to figure out the best way to use it constructively in the classroom.
Correct.
Because the kids are using it, and if you just are afraid of it, you're going to be obsolete in about 6
You'll be left
months.
behind if you don't use it for sure.
Yeah.
Well, guys, enjoy.
Thank you.
Day 2, first day for you, second or third for you. Enjoy the day.
Cheers. Thank you.
All right, thanks. I'm with the all-star team from Iowa, not just because they're great people. We've been talking for a couple seconds here, but because they're wearing our Logitech T-shirts. So good job, because you also get a chance to win something, I believe, later on.
That's
so.
the point.
What's your name?
Jesse.
Jesse. We have also
Mary Dawn.
And
Leah.
And where are you guys from?
Iowa, Southeast Iowa.
Awesome. Where do you guys?
Van Buren County, Keosauqua, Iowa.
Very nice. So what brings you to ISTE?
We want to learn about the world. We're very small and rural, and we just want to bring stuff back to our kids that can take them to places that they would never get to go otherwise.
And the technology definitely helps that, doesn't
Yes.
it? Yeah, it does it. And you're a principal.
Yes.
So this is your team, I suspect.
Yes.
Yes. What do you think of your team?
Oh, I have the best team. I have the best team. Our superintendent's here too.
Very nice.
And
what's your name?
Jeremy.
Jeremy, nice to meet you.
So yeah, we just have teachers who are always digging in to learn new stuff and help kids. And like Jesse said, we want to give our kids, being from rural Iowa, we still want to give our kids the opportunities that every other kid out there has.
Right. And so what brings you to ISTE too?
I was just excited to kind of hone my craft and figure out how I can better support my kids within the classroom and strengthen what they're doing. just really bring that back and connect with them.
So since you're in the classroom and in the trenches, is there anything that's really stood out that you're like, I have to use that next year with my class?
I stayed away from AI all of last year, and after seeing some of the way that it's been used this year, I'm kind of excited to try that out with my kids and see what they do with it.
Yeah, I mean, look, they probably know more about AI than we do.
Yes, that's very true.
Since some of them even can make their own AI now, which is a little crazy. So when it's all said and done, what are you hoping to take back? The very bottom line.
A toolbox of strategies, tools, ideas, things that I can incorporate and merge with what I already do every day.
Very cool. Well, guys, have a great day at ISTE. Enjoy. Nice to meet you guys. Stop by the booth and say hi. Okay. Have a good one, right? Thanks.
Thanks.
I'm here with 3 teachers who are from way different parts of the United States. We also have here
Jason Denard,
Alex Crump Johnson,
Joe Ryan.
Right, and so we have New Jersey, Colorado, and Phoenix. Awesome. So what are you guys here for? What's stood out to you so far?
I'm here to stay on the cutting edge of education technology. We develop custom educational technology content at the Reimagined Classroom, and coming to a conference like ISTE is really energizing to see what new companies and teachers are introducing to the field.
Isn't it interesting to be so energized at the end of a school year? Right? Usually that doesn't happen, but it really does do that.
Summer's energizing.
That's true. You mean the relaxation and the recuperation
and teachers are one of the last bastions of optimists in society.
So
that's also beneficial.
And what are you expecting?
I'm excited to talk with other educators and see what's working for them in their classroom and what they're excited about, and get to meet all of the people behind these incredible products.
Yeah, they really are, and the professional development is top notch.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And how about you?
For me, it's just seeing what the companies are having to offer. You know, there's always some cutting edge technology or some resource that folks have, and we want to see how we can partner with them or work with them to help make it a little bit better.
Is there anything that stood out that you'd say to yourself, I have to bring this back to New Jersey?
Honestly, a lot of it is the energy.
Yeah.
Just the energy in the room and talking to educators and seeing what educators need and what educators want. We can take that back and begin to implement it so folks can stay happy and stay energized throughout the school year and not just July and August.
Right. And you do see there is a pattern. There is something that always, a reoccurring theme that kind of pops up, doesn't it?
For sure.
Is it? Well, guys, enjoy the rest of day 2. If this is your first day, have fun. If it's not, continue to have fun. And thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
All right. Have a good one.
I'm here with 3 teachers from different places from the United States. Sue, you are?
I'm Priscilla Heredia.
And where are you from?
From New Jersey.
New Jersey.
Christy Cloud, Newton, Georgia.
Heather Brantley, Longview, Texas.
So Heather, what's one thing that's stood out to you so far at ISTE?
Is the community. It's building the relationships with everyone.
You are not the first person to say that. That's interesting, especially with the energy that comes along with it, right?
We are the energy.
You are? Well, that's the only reason I came over, because you guys look so energetic, so of course I wanted to talk to you guys. So, and what do you teach?
I'm social studies, virtually.
And so what at ISTE stands out to you that you think you can bring back to your classrooms right away?
Well, okay, I got to talk about the Edge Guardians, right? This is my thing. And we are unveiling Junior Edge Guardians for the fall. So I think it'll be a great thing to start the school year with, so we can get all our kids superpowers.
There you go. And how about you?
I'm an Edu Guardian also, so I'm excited for that, and just to show everybody all the new awesome tech that I'm finding for them. The kids are gonna love it. I'm so excited.
Well, I don't want to take any more time because the crowd is already bustling in. It's getting in there really fast, so I want to make sure that you all get in. Have a good time. We're taking a selfie. Awesome. Have a great time at ISTE today, and stop by the Logitech booth. Say hi, okay?
Thank you.
Awesome.
Okay, we're going to do it.
So we're here now with Nikki. We're standing in front of the Adobe booth. Tell me what you're here for.
This is our first day here, and we're just here to wander the expo and see some cool new tech.
So I caught you on the first 30 seconds of your first day in basically teacher ed tech Candyland.
Yes. Absolutely.
A little overwhelming,
It's a
isn't it?
Yeah.
Have you ever been to ISTE before?
I went 2 years ago.
Okay, so you have some idea what to expect, which is good. What are you hoping to take back to Oklahoma?
Because I'm with a virtual school, having a tech conference available is just, like you said, kind of a candy store. I get to see all the new stuff and kind of take that back to my kids. And
So a K-12 virtual school, nothing in person?
I do some in person, but it's more one-on-one.
Very cool. Awesome. Well, good luck. Have a lot of fun today. Enjoy the first day. Stop by the Logitech booth. Get a t-shirt.
Awesome.
Okay?
Thank you.
All right. Bye. All right, we're here with Alex from Higher Ground, who's a proud sponsor of our show, partner of our show. Tell me a little bit about what's new in the booth this year.
What's new? We got shock guard cases for flip Chromebooks. All of our always-ons are still here, and our clean shell sleeves as well.
Very nice. So, what's been your biggest takeaway so far with people who have come over to the booth?
The quality. You know, they like the quality. Obviously, our products fall under a lifetime warranty, so anytime anybody would have an issue with it, we always stand behind our stuff.
Well, look, I use it all the time. You know that, and I stand by it. So, good luck the rest of the show here.
Thank you very much. Have a good one.
All right, have a good one. I'm here with 3 teachers from Louisiana. We have
Greta Joe from Louisiana. Erin.
Jane.
And guys, what is your biggest takeaway so far from ISTE this year?
AI is definitely something I need to learn about.
Yeah, I think that's probably the biggest thing that's happening right now, at least in the last couple of years, but especially the last year. Yeah.
Same thing, AI is the biggest thing that we need to learn about, and it's not all bad like we originally thought. There's some great uses for AI.
What grades do you teach?
I teach resource students in a high school level.
Oh, okay, so high school, so they probably know a little bit more about AI than you do, right?
Yes, they definitely know more than I do.
How about you?
My biggest takeaway would be the vendors' willingness to help us understand whatever it is that they're promoting and just trying to see it in our school. Like, it's pretty cool to see
That's been a reoccurring theme that I've seen that everyone talks about. It's great to have like these vendors here and these big companies, but you actually get really good professional development while you're here.
Yes.
And sometimes you don't get good professional development in your own school. Not to say that it doesn't happen at all, but when you're here at this kind of high level, it's nice to see, right?
You pick your PD,
Right,
so then
that's
you're
true.
super excited about it because it is not mandatory PD.
Differentiated, higher level PD on an international scope.
Yes.
Awesome. So what's one thing that you could take back to your classroom right now if you had to?
So we did Google for Education, so that we're a Google school, so a lot of those would be like the project learning and getting them to come up with their own. I give them the what I want them to do, and they figure out how to fix it and make the problem.
That's awesome. Listen, guys, have a great time. Day
Thank
2 or
you.
3, whatever you're on, and enjoy the rest of the afternoon.
Thank you
All
so
right.
much.
So I'm here with Stephanie. We're outside of the MerlynMind booth. What brings you to ISTE? I know you're here from Denver, so you're local.
Yeah, we have never been to a conference before, and we're super excited to really just kind of see what the latest trends are and see how we can incorporate into our classroom.
So this is your first ISTE.
This is our first ISTE,
So, not my first ISTE, but isn't it like kid in a candy store, sensory overload?
Oh, absolutely.
Excitement
Yep.
to the utmost.
It's like I have 5 minutes to go in a candy store and get as much as I can, but I don't know if I can get it all. Yeah.
What so far, what's been your favorite swag then?
Lightsaber was pretty amazing.
I saw that, and I just mentioned that to somebody. That's so funny you said that. But I wanted one, but I was afraid how would I get it on the plane?
Yes, and the merge cubes are pretty awesome.
There you go. So if you could take one thing so far from ISTE that you've seen back to your classroom, what do you teach?
I'm the librarian.
Okay, so if you're going back into your library media specialist type of role, what is something that you can take back with you right away that you're like dying to get going with?
I'm excited to teach all the kids because I teach all the kids, and so I'm going to give everyone kind of like a basic introduction, then maybe teach the teachers, and then they can advance it into their classroom. So kind of be like the background, just a little bit of knowledge, and then the teachers can take it from there.
And what grade levels?
We're pre-K through 8.
Oh, there you go. Okay. Well, listen, enjoy the event, enjoy the expo, stop by the Logitech booth for a t-shirt. Okay? All right.
Thank you.
So I'm here with Sophia from Mexico. Nice to see you. You're here. You're a technology teacher, but you're here with some of your kids from your class.
Yes.
That's awesome. So what do you think of ISTE so far?
It's excellent. It's a very good way from the students to see what they can do in school.
Yeah. Is this your first ISTE?
It's my second ISTE.
So at least you have some ideas what to expect, and you get to see. What's been your biggest takeaway so far? What do you see that you have to take back to your class?
Well, I see different projects. One of AI. So I would like to take this to my class.
Yeah. And what's your name?
I'm Fifi.
What have you seen at ISTE that you like the best?
The Canva one.
How old are you?
10.
You're 10. My kids that are also 10 in 5th grade love Canva for education too. So what do you like about Canva the best?
Making presentations about what I like.
Yeah, right? And really, you could do anything you want. Animations and brochures and timelines, all that cool stuff, right? That's so cool. Awesome. Well, listen, have a great time at ISTE. Enjoy your time, and thank you for stopping by. Thank you. So I'm here with Dr. Janine from Pittsburgh. You are a presenter. You presented here at ISTE. So what did you present?
Yeah, yesterday we presented on the Fly Like a Girl Drone Academy, which is a partnership between my home district and 4 other school districts in southwestern Pennsylvania.
And how did it go?
Oh, it was fantastic.
Yeah.
The crowd was very welcoming and really receptive to our message and what we're trying to do.
A lot of girls attend?
We had a lot of school administrators attend, and we were able to highlight the voices of some of our high school pilots within the presentation.
That's awesome. So what do you think of ISTE for this year so far? ISTE 24, what do you think? What hits you the hardest?
Well, it's hard not to be hit with AI, right?
Yeah.
It's around every corner. But I think what everybody's trying to do is really figure out how can we utilize it? How can we make teachers' lives easier? How can we make sure kids are safe? And that we're trying to do what's best for them now so that we don't face any obstacles in the future.
Right. I think that's the biggest balance of the whole AI world right now, is because everything's starting to have AI in it. So how do you balance what's safe, what's not, what you can do with the kids, what age level is going to be appropriate?
Right.
It's a massive matrix that has to be navigated.
And I think we have to start, at least at the kindergarten level, making sure that the kids are aware that this is in their lives. And
right.
They know it to some extent because they've grown up in a world of Siri and...
They were born into it, right?
This is their world.
This is their world, yes.
But since it's so new to so many of us, we need to keep them safe and learn along with them. Right. And then also be able to kind of foresee what's coming down the road.
And I think in some cases, some of the middle school and high school kids know more than some of the teachers actually do.
100%, absolutely. But I think that's where all educators have to be a little bit vulnerable and really admit to the students that no, they don't know everything, and that this is new for them, and that they're trying to figure it out alongside them, and really use it. One of the students I've worked with in the past said she uses it for inspiration.
Nice.
And I think we all do.
That's
at
it,
this
right?
Point.
That would be the bottom line for that would be a nice theme for everything with that, right? Inspiration.
Absolutely.
Awesome talking to you. Nice meeting you. Enjoy the rest of the day at ISTE here.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Pleasure.
Thanks. All right, so I'm here with Tim from MerlynMind, good friend of the podcast. Been on the podcast before, so I haven't seen you in a while. Tell us what's new with MerlynMind.
Oh, you know what? We really exciting. A lot of energy here. We got a lot of excited people because what we're really focusing on is how do I save time during class. Right? There's a lot out there about AI and saving time, and we focus on how do I get a couple extra minutes during the bell to bell time, where I can help Adam with one more thing, right? How do I find that time? So a lot of great stuff with transitions. Our teacher toolkit is redesigned, so we've got a lot of convenience features added, reminders, shortcuts, and some out of class prep time stuff. But generally, it's just we're just really doing a fun job, great job on enhancing the user experience, again, to save time and to maintain connections with students.
So for those who don't know what MerlynMind is, just fill them in, and then hopefully they'll stop by for
Absolutely. So it's an AI system. Merlyn is the AI system, and it's activated by voice commands. We do have one piece of hardware. It's a remote control. So think of like a remote control for your smart TV, right? And it powers the laptop.
It's exactly what it looks like, by the way.
Yeah, exactly, right. And you've seen it and used it, so it's very, very user friendly. And it allows me to be flexible and use the space of the classroom without having to make trips back and forth to the front, to do anything from set timers, to search for content, to send out items through Google Classroom, and really just helps orchestrate a efficient class environment.
What's one question teachers have had for you that was more of a concern, or just something that they didn't know about? What was something that's a recurring theme?
Well, I think one of the requests we've gotten a lot, and this is ISTE, so people from all over the world are here, is asking about translation, and I think that's an opportunity for us to get into. I know we're looking at that. So right now I can ask Merlyn to, how do I say, this in Spanish, and it would go to Google Translate. But I know we're working on something a little bit bigger than that as far as presenting more material.
That would actually.
I think that's a big.
I think that is a good one.
Yeah.
That would be a nice next step.
Sure.
Well, listen. Good luck. You have a lot of people in the booth constantly. Every time I come by, there's people here. So it's it's actually hitting something. There's something here that people are very interested in. And they want to know more about.
It's exciting. Yes.
Awesome.
Thanks,
Good luck.
Yeah.
Thanks. So I'm here with Tim from Ozobot.
Hello.
What's your role with Ozobot?
I'm Industrial Design Director.
And so what does Ozobot do for the classroom, for a teacher, STEM related? What is it that you guys do?
Well, we put a desktop-sized robot in the hands of students and teachers to teach kids how to code, basically. Just bridging that gap between something mechanical and something digital and actually making it move under their commands. And it starts as early as kids when they can draw a line. Basic line following, ladder up to color codes on the line. Then you can go to Blockly programming, and then you can go to Python, and then you can go to our robotic arm products. And
so it has a nice system where it's building upon each level that are going through.
Yeah, and it starts as young as, pre-K.
Right. I've used it with second graders. I've tried it this past May, and a lot of them did love how even with the lines and the coding and trying to figure that out. And then when it didn't do what they wanted to do, to try to figure out how they could redraw it to make it do what they wanted to do.
Right.
So I saw, and it was great because they had a lot of, there was a lot of collaboration amongst themselves. A lot of debugging to try to figure something out, problem solving. So it does hit on all those points in the classroom that you hope for.
Yeah. That's a very good point. A lot of the learning takes place in the frustration when something goes wrong.
Right.
So you have to figure out what you did wrong, or if the hardware is not reading it right, or if you're just coming at the problem from a wrong angle, and you got to work within the limitations of the hardware and the software.
Right. Well, we have an upcoming podcast with Ozobot, so in the fall that'll be coming out shortly. Thank you for taking your time. Good luck the rest of ISTE.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, so I'm standing here with 3 teachers from Kentucky. They're wearing our Logitech t-shirts, so of course I had to stop them to say hi. You are?
Rita Bankley.
And where are you? And what school do you teach at?
We're at Crittenden County School District.
Awesome. And you are?
Marley Lanham from Crittenden County School District.
Awesome.
Ben Granger from Crittenden County School.
Awesome. So what have you noticed so far at ISTE that's really stood out to you that you're like, wow, okay, that floored me?
The new products I hadn't seen in a while.
Mm-hmm. I know you were talking about the document camera, the reach that
right.
Logitech has, so something like that.
Yes.
Is that something you think that every teacher in your school would benefit from?
Oh yes, most definitely.
And what's anything that stands out to you?
The reach camera obviously is awesome. My first thought for it was dissections.
Yeah.
If you want to show a kid something, but you may not have, a dissection for every kiddo, you can do one and zoom in on small areas that you need to explain to them.
Right, and then just project that onto any interactive whiteboard and you're good to go. And it's like 4K. The definition is really amazing, right? I mean, you can zoom in all the way. I've seen it for the first time during the expo, and I was floored by it. I loved it too.
Yeah.
I could think of a million things you could probably use it for also, right?
Oh, sure.
How about you?
I have not visited the booth yet. Will here soon. But I've used Logitech. We use Logitech products for 20 years, even down to the corded mice.
And what do you do at your school?
I'm the technology coordinator.
You're the coordinator. So is there anything here that you think would be almost like an obvious bring back to your school to say, hey, teachers, you guys have to try this. You got to do this.
Gosh, I think about 75% of everything in here. I think
right?
We need.
It's like being a kid in a candy store, isn't it?
Absolutely.
So is there one thing that you think that over anything else that you have to say teachers need
I
to do?
can't really just say there's just one thing. It's just,
AI, anything like that,
Yeah.
Awesome. All right, well, listen, guys, enjoy the rest of the show. It's early enough. You've got a full day ahead of you. Stop by the booth. I can't offer you guys T-shirts, but you can grab a T-shirt. And hopefully you guys will win the speaker.
Well, thank you very much.
Nice to talk to you guys.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. So I'm here with Sophie from Cami. You were with us the other night at the Logitech welcome reception.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about what Cami does.
Cami originally was a PDF annotation tool, so you can take PDFs and fill out some worksheets. And if that is what you originally thought of Cami, I think of Cami now, then you would be mistaken. So Cami has listened to thousands of teachers, students, and administrators for what they want and what they need in their classroom. And each and every single tool and feature that we add it comes from a teacher. It comes from conversations that we have out in the community of what they need to help their students increase their student outcomes. So what we could do now is you can, I like to think of it as one tab teaching and one tab learning. So you can go into our split and merge and customize the file that you're providing to your students, open it up into Kami, embed YouTube videos, audio comments, your own instructional videos with screen capture, audio, video, and then give
it's
it to
like
your...
It's like a one-stop shop.
Yes, it's all... Yes!
That's awesome.
And then you assign it out to your students with the tools that you allow them to have, and then they can have all the tools that they need to be successful on your assignment with none of the distractions. You can even turn off copy and paste. Mm-hmm. And so then your students have one tab learning all right there within the one custom materials that you provided to them, where they are learning and proving what they've learned all in the same space if that's what you choose to do. And then with the teachers, it's also one tab feedback and grading, because you go into your class view, you can see all of your students in one tab instead of opening up each of their files individually. Scroll through their work, provide them with feedback, support, all in that same page. You can watch them live working if you choose to, and then you can even, it's all in one tab now. I'm so excited that you can click on Insights and you can see their student data. You can insert questions with our Questions AI tool that will give you even more data to help you with checking for understanding and assessments from formative to summative.
Well, look, I attended one of your sessions yesterday. I don't know if you saw, I was standing there, but the way you just explained it was how you demonstrated it, and it really is that easy. It really is that easy, and it's really, I think, for a teacher to be able to look at that data and be present in that digital world with their kids, I think is, there's nothing better than that.
And just to have that at your fingertips so you can pivot as needed quickly, not days later after you finally have time to look through that work where those kids have already done 10 problems wrong.
Right.
You can actually catch those misconceptions and misunderstandings sooner because it's available to you sooner.
Awesome talking to you again. Glad we got to hang out for another couple minutes. Thank you very much. Thank you for the time.
Yeah, no problem.
Awesome. I'm here with Barbara Hubert. We are at the BrainPOP booth. It's so nice to finally meet you in person. We did a whole podcast a few months ago, so it's really glad to be here with you in person, to see you in three-dimensional.
Yeah, Adam, it's great to be here. The energy of ISTE is just always like uplifting, carrying you through, and
isn't it amazing?
It really is.
I was talking to some teachers outside before we even came in today, and they were all said the same thing. How if they just love the energy, they don't even know where to turn first.
Yeah.
The overload.
Yeah.
But they love it. They love it.
I mean, it's just like it's an inspiring time to sort of be here at the end of the school year, fresh mind, and just sort of like what's coming next. What can I bring into my classroom? What's on the horizon? And then
speaking of next, what is coming up with BrainPOP? Because you guys have had a lot of enhancements over the last couple of years, but is there anything that's coming down the road here?
We have some really big enhancements coming. So we have our movies, they have pause points, they build background knowledge, killer. But we know that we need lots of entry points for lots of different learners into those experiences. And we also know that if we're building background to help kids make meaning of texts that they're reading, they need texts that are related. So I'm super excited about this. I'm actually doing a presentation on it later today. And it's really thinking through what does that mean and what does that look like? So we have built out a new feature called Vocab Builder. It's multimodal, multidimensional. Kids get to have a word bank of tier 2 words because those are the high impact words for comprehension. Kids get to play with strategies that help them make meaning of unfamiliar words like context clues, breaking out word parts, and they're all grade level word sets. So if you're in 3rd grade, you got a targeted, 5th grade targeted.
And is that differentiated too?
You can absolutely differentiate.
Oh, wow.
Teachers have the choice to assign whatever grade level they want to their learners, in addition to what we now call level readings. So there are readings that are deeply connected to the content of the movie. You have that background knowledge, and now you have a reading at your just right level, grade level, differentiate with it with some questions. And then we also have our enhanced grade level quizzes, which now have more robust item types and deeper questions, so there's really complex thinking coming through.
So over the summer, teachers have something to look forward to in terms of enhancing next year and kind of getting into it a little bit deeper.
Absolutely. And we know that teachers have used BrainPOP to really help differentiate and give kids access to those deep concepts in their curriculum. Now they have even more opportunity to really target what that student needs and really tailor that instruction while keeping that brain poppiness to all of it. Right. So, yeah.
Well, I got to meet Moby yesterday, so that was a highlight for me.
He is a star. There was a line earlier. Yeah.
I believe it. I've seen it.
The Moby energy and the ISTE energy are really...
I also saw him dancing online last night as well. So,
yeah. No, he's a vibe.
He's a social media star as well.
I saw. Our social media team is amazing.
Well, listen, it was great seeing you in person. Good luck later with your presentation.
Thank you so
the
much.
booth is jumping, so enjoy.
Adam, thank you so much. It was great to see you.
Nice seeing you again. Thanks for the time.
Thanks.
I'm here with Louisa from Kahoot. Kahoot's well known, but for people who don't know what Kahoot does, what it can do for a teacher in their classroom, how would you explain that to them?
Yeah, Kahoot is a game-based learning platform. In its most kind of traditional and well-known form, it's social quizzes. So students answer questions together. It creates this amazing atmosphere in the classroom. But actually, Kahoot can be used for so much more. It can be used as interactive presentations for teaching, for reflection, for assessment. And I've just been developing a new tool called Kahoot Sparks, which is all about creative ideation. And it's designed to be inclusive and really have a lot more student voice and choice. So that is also an exciting part of the Kahoot platform.
That's awesome. So when you talk about Kahoot in a classroom, you're talking about collaboration, you're talking about interactivity, engagement. What is something you've seen here at ISTE that you notice as a theme that Kahoot also brings to the table?
Definitely, there's a lot of AI here, of course. And Kahoot is also starting to think about, how can AI not only benefit our platform, but how can it help teachers? And of course, one of the main ways is saving teachers time. So Kahoot already has some AI-powered features where teachers can put in a topic and generate a Kahoot around that topic, generate kind of a first draft, and then they can choose which questions they want to add. It can also generate a Kahoot from a PDF. And students can also generate Kahoot quizzes to test themselves for self-study by actually taking a picture of their handwritten notes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So
that's pretty cool.
From my perspective, in terms of learning, this is kind of just the first level of using AI in ed tech. It's it's kind of the most clear use of it right now. It helps teachers. It's convenient. But I am excited to see what comes in the future, both at Kahoot and in the field, to see how can we use AI to help students actually, think outside the box, be more creative, do more project-based learning. How can AI be used as a tool to develop students' thinking, not just to get them the right answer or tutor them to some.
It's a good angle. It's a good angle because I think a lot of teachers, that is the misconception that AI is just there to do the work for them, and that's not necessarily the case.
It doesn't have to be,
and it doesn't have to be, right?
But I think we're in the field. We're not yet seeing as many examples of AI to really support student autonomy and future-ready skills and things like that. But I'm sure it'll come.
Well, listen, thank you for the time. Enjoy the rest of the conference and the expo for today, and thank you for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
All right, I am back in the booth of BrainPOP, the most famous booth probably in all of ISTE, mostly because of Moby. And I'm here with Michelle, who was on our podcast a couple of weeks ago talking about STEM and the science program. So tell us what's new with BrainPOP Science.
Yeah, absolutely. So for Back to School 2024, we have a bunch of new things coming out, but the one I'm most excited about is our AI-assisted grading for our claim evidence and reasoning. So teachers are still in control. But using our rubric, the teachers get a score for every component of the rubric from an AI-generated experience, and they also get a rationale for the score.
Nice.
So they can see why a learner maybe got points off on their scientific reasoning or their accuracy as well as their writing. So that's one thing that's coming up.
So breaking news here then.
It's amazing. I mean, I'm so excited about it. We beta tested it this past spring, and teachers were excited about it. They talked about the time-saving aspect. They'll assign more writing in science. And also one teacher talked about it as like I usually drive a regular car, but this is like a fancy car, and I'm so excited to
They got the
use it
keys
more.
to the upgrade.
Upgrade, so we're really excited to launch.
That's awesome. Tell people where they can go to find out more about BrainPOP Science.
Absolutely. Go to science.brainpop.com. You can check out an investigation. You'll see all of our coming soon in July, all of our new auto-graded investigations, as well as new scaffolds coming in this fall. So there's a lot
Lots
to
of
check
nice
out.
stuff.
Lots of nice
That's
stuff
awesome.
from all of our teacher feedback. So it's been awesome.
And it's worth it to have that teacher feedback.
Oh,
then.
it's amazing. We love hearing from teachers, from admins. So we make modifications and continually improve the product.
Thank you for the time. It was nice seeing you in person,
Yes,
not on a
thank
Zoom call
you.
and doing a podcast that way. It's nice to actually do something in person. So thank you for the time. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
All right. I am here with Dan from typing.com. We were just talking a minute ago about how I use typing.com in my classroom, my media arts classroom, as part of my mandated teaching for keyboarding. It's such an important skill to have. Tell us a little bit about typing.com.
Yeah, so typing.com was designed to teach people how to type, from the basics of where your fingers should go to where the keyboard stroke should take place, and then it progresses through curriculum. It can be grade-based and advance as the student advances, both improving words per minute and accuracy at the same time.
Right.
It then incorporates gaming to keep the kids interested and want to keep typing.
I was just going to say that I love how it's set up. The setup is perfect, where it's almost like a tutorial, then it goes into a practice, and then to a game. And they love that.
And they get their stars and they can progress, and so it makes it a little bit competitive and then fun at the same time, but yet they're learning to type and use a keyboard, not finger peck from smartphones and iPads.
Right. Yeah. I had a parent once say to me, why are you teaching them how to type? Now they just use their thumbs. And I said, but that's why we're teaching them.
Exactly.
That's exactly why we're teaching them.
Their tests at school are not done on these iPads. They're done on a keyboard. And the kids are struggling to pass their tests, not because of the knowledge and the lack of knowledge. It's because they're focused on the keystrokes.
Right.
Not the content.
The muscle memory comes into play.
Muscle memory comes into play. Then they're not thinking with keystrokes, and their tests are getting passed.
Exactly.
So
Yeah, they could put more effort into the test itself or whatever they're writing versus thinking, where's the letter L?
Exactly. That's
and,
exactly.
and I love watching them try to find that, like looking up and down the rows like it's going to
Where
magically
is it?
pop out. It doesn't work that way. But yes,
Exactly.
it's true. But they love it. Anything new coming with typing.com?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of curriculum, state-based curriculums popping up, so we're aligning to state-based standards. But we are, I don't know if you use Nitro Type at all, the full-on gaming. It's an open platform. We're building it now to be school-based, so that you can compete within your school and not be an open-based platform.
Very nice.
Again, another reason that kids want to continue using typing is the gaming aspect.
Right, the gamification is half the battle with them.
And Nitro actually find that when kids use typing and then use Nitro Game, their speed exponentially gets faster in accuracy.
Well, listen, this has been awesome. I'm glad I got to talk to you. Thanks for the time.
I appreciate you stopping by.
Thanks.
All right.
So I'm here with Charles from Microsoft. We were just doing a demo on Copilot within PowerPoint. Tell us a little bit about what Copilot does first.
Well, Copilot makes life easy, makes productivity really easy, streamlines results, and helps the average user, the end user, get the job done faster, much faster.
So we just did an example here on just ethnicity and inclusion, and we talked about creating the proper prompt.
Right.
Why is prompting so important when you're doing something like this with AI?
Absolutely. With Copilot, what we've done is to ensure that you're able to blend certain ingredients together. Those ingredients can be a point of reference, a source, and an action. So the action, for instance, is create a presentation about humanity. Now, humanity is that's pretty much the reference, the source, yes.
Right.
And then you're also pointing Copilot by way of prompting, to the right reference. To say, hey, create a presentation about humanity using images that show diversity. Again, it's all in the prompt. If you get the prompt right, you'll get the right results.
Right. And you even went as far to say you want it to be 10 slides long, and you want it to have certain things in it that, would bring that presentation to life.
Absolutely. Now, that's all part of the action. So you say, hey, the results. Now, you want Copilot to do something, but you're also telling Copilot what you want your results to be. So that brings us to the fourth ingredient. Now, we mentioned the action, the reference, the source, and then of course your results. And
that's what you end up getting.
Yeah, those are the things that come together to give you a complete prompt that then gives you an accurate result.
So this is perfect for a teacher who's on, like a time crunch and wants to pivot to do a lesson on something, anything really.
Absolutely.
But in terms of for the kids, elementary school, middle school, even going into high school, what does Copilot help them with? What is it going to do for them that's going to be the next thing that they're going to start using in their everyday life?
Think about the simplest things, right? With Copilot, you can actually create learning plans. And within those learning plans, you could create flashcards. Now, Copilot can go through the reference material, and based on that reference material, create as many flashcards as are, in that source material, the source article. And then those flashcards can actually be edited further so that they carry the right information and foster the right level of learning for each of those students.
So let's say a junior high school kid wants to do flashcards on they're learning Spanish, and they're doing, let's say, the months of the year, and they want to learn that, and they wanted to create flashcards in PowerPoint. They would just have to give that prompt to be as specific as possible.
Absolutely.
So that they would be able to get what they need to then actually do the studying and learning.
Absolutely.
That's
it's
awesome.
all in the prompt.
It's right. It's all. I think we need to coin that. It's all in the prompt. I think we need to have that like copyrighted.
It's all in the prompt.
It's all
Getting
in the
prompt right is the key to.
And I think that's what
getting the right
teachers need to
results.
start to teach the kids is actually how to create a prompt that's going to work best for them.
Absolutely. And of course, at Microsoft we continue to innovate. So hopefully we build in features that would also help with fostering good prompting.
Right.
So that we're not just teaching raw prompting, we're also helping them getting the prompt done right.
Correct. Listen, thank you for your energy. This has been a fantastic little conversation. The Microsoft booth here at ISTE is off the wall. It is just pumping everywhere. There's demonstrations going on. There's talking going on. I don't know if you can hear the stage in the background, but that's going on too. So thank you for all that you're doing for everyone here, especially with AI.
Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to have you. Thank you for the time. All right, I am now standing with Katie, who is a friend of the podcast. She's been on several times now. We're talking about all the new stuff that Promethean has. What's going on at the booth today anyway? It's like busy as all.
Oh yeah, we have had, I think, the best time this year. We've done things a little bit differently. I know I talk with my hands and you can't see me, but we are doing a scavenger hunt around our booth this year. So people are coming into the booth and visiting the different panels and talking about different topics at each panel. One of them being Explain Everything Advanced.
I know we were talking about before we got on here, but I love Explain. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so Explain Everything Advanced is our web-based. We are, Explain Everything is now part of Promethean. And then also the Explain Everything whiteboard is an app on our active panel 9. So it has really just changed the game with the whiteboard. A lot of things we've been asking for. I know you even said things you had been asking for. Simple things like text boxes and shapes, but not only that, but adding media right into the whiteboard. YouTube videos embedded right in the whiteboard space, a Google image search right in the whiteboard space. So a lot of things that teachers can now utilize to build a lesson in the moment or ahead of time and make their lessons that much more engaging.
I know that when we talked about it at past ISTEs, when we talked about embedding just a YouTube video, how simple that really is, just at that idea, but it really has legs. I mean, you can set up a lesson on it and you save it, and now your time for next year is already done.
Right. Oh, I mean, it is just, and you can put placeholders where students can come up and insert, whatever you want them to add into the lesson. Post-it notes, which sounds silly, but it just really helps the whole view of the lesson and helps, with adding directions and just helping guide, maybe even a substitute teacher. I mean, there's so many different purposes for all these additional features.
All right, so we know that it's the summer.
Yes.
Camp Promethean right around the corner. Tell us a little bit about Camp Promethean.
Right around the corner in July. We are very excited about Camp Promethean coming up because we have moved our events to and all of our events this year have grown in size from last year. Some more than 100% growth, which is huge. Our last event, we always have multiple countries represented, so we welcome any and all teachers from all over the world. I'm going to read off the bit.ly, and then I believe Adam is going to attach it to his...
We'll put on the show notes.
Okay,
yes,
show
we'll
notes. All right, I don't know how that works, but sure. So it is bit.ly/Promethean PD-series, and Adam will put that link in there. But yeah, go ahead and register for camp. Again, we are so excited. We have over 30 sessions planned, multiple tracks. I mean, if you want to learn about Explain Everything, we got you. If you have an older panel with the Promethean whiteboard, we have you. If you have our new panels, we got you. So our ECs are very talented, amazing creative individuals. They always plan amazing content for Camp Promethean. So,
And if you missed our episode with all the ECs, that was a fun one. We had a great time on that one.
We had a great time. We love being together. There's only a few of us here. We have one on maternity leave. So, but yes, we love a chance to get together, and we had a good time.
We had a great time with that, yeah.
And showing our true selves. But yeah, we love our team. And again, you won't be disappointed when you attend any of our events.
Definitely sign up for Camp Promethean. I recommend it. I've done it before. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Thanks for the time.
Yeah.
Good luck the rest of the expo and the convention. Day 2 today already. Crazy. It's already almost over.
I know.
But enjoy the rest of the time.
All right.
Thanks
for having me again,
Thank
Adam.
you. So we're sitting here in the Logitech booth right now with Jason from Oshkosh in Wisconsin. You are a tech director?
That's right, yep.
Okay, so what is your role in your district?
So I oversee all aspects of technology for the district, for whether it's internet access or student devices or teacher devices, all of those kinds of things, but then also getting into like security systems and access control. And then I also work with our instructional team. We have technology integrators who work with teachers in the classroom to bring technology into the classroom, and then also library media. So I have oversight over all of those different programs.
That's a big window to work there.
There's a lot of things going on for sure, but it's really challenging, and we get to see the benefit and the impact that it has on kids every day. So that's really a great place to be.
Right. So not your first day at ISTE, but what are some takeaways so far that you've seen over the last couple of days?
I'm sure you've talked to a couple of people ahead of time or before me, and there's a lot of AI obviously going on. And that's going to be continue to be a hot button topic for everybody. But I'm really excited to see some of the conversations, at least sessions that I've gone to, they're not so much focused on like what is the tool or how does it work, but more like, okay, here are the possibilities that we're starting to open up, right? So, and just a lot of really good conversation around like, this is not going to replace the things that teachers do, but it's more as like a co-pilot or an enhancement, like it's your bionic brain, and thinking through that piece of it is really where I'm glad to see that the conversation is heading that direction.
And almost the way to use it, the proper way to use it in terms of the mentality of it's going to do it for me versus I'm going to use it to my advantage to do things for me, but have that human element to it so that it's really, you're getting what you want out of it instead of having it do it for you.
Right, yeah. The focus of my conversations with people is not going to be so much AI can do this for you, but AI can do this with you. Mm-hmm. And then, that aspect of the partnership between us and our electronic brains, right? Just the same way, like, just because we have calculators doesn't mean that nobody knows how to do math. It depends on who you talk to, but
well, especially one of those fancy schmancy scientific calculators that I wouldn't even know what to do with it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, with the large screen on it and all of that kind of stuff. Right, exactly.
So going back to your school district after ISTE, what's one thing you think you just have to take back? It's there's a non-negotiable. This is what I'm going to use or look into.
So again, one of my big objectives for coming here was really to kind of peek around the corner at what's next, right? So, it's good that we're already having those conversations about like, here's the right way to use AI, here's, how that can support the work that you have going on. But now, like for me, I'm looking at it from the perspective of like, how is that going to influence then the way that we're incorporating the stuff that we've already got? So, really using that to refocus the conversation around purposeful integration of technology and having a real an objective in mind, not just because it's fun and interesting to do, but because this is actually something that's beneficial that will help to move the needle and help our kids prepare for their future.
Isn't it amazing that about a year ago, none of this would have been a thought?
Right?
Isn't it amazing? So within the next 6 months, you could almost see it exploding even further because based on the track record of the last year itself.
Correct. So. Yeah. I think we're going to be having completely different conversations in the fall, just with iterations that are coming out with this stuff. We're just getting started. It's going to be really cool to see how things go.
I agree. Well, enjoy the rest of the expo today, tomorrow, and thank you for joining us. Thank you for the time.
Yeah. Thanks for having me on.
Awesome. All right, we're staying in the Logitech booth right now. We're with Gaurav Pradhu. We're going to talk about the Reach camera, which has been the showcase for ISTE. What have people said about it that you've demoed? You've demoed plenty. I've watched plenty of demos. What have they said about it?
I think the most exciting thing for me when they've been talking about this is the use cases that they want to use for the product. So just
I know
for context,
we talked about one that you
exactly right. So just for context, Logitech Reach is a new content camera that we've developed for people to show analog objects. As you're moving away from documents being the only thing that you're showing, where that's getting digitized. Why start from an architecture that was designed 50 years ago? So we looked at it and said, how do you think about sharing content that's analog or physical, and how can we bring three-dimensionality to it? So what we've developed is this product, which is a camera with an intricate arm system that is extremely simple to use. And that's been the other piece of feedback, is the expectation of people around products like these is either so low or so complex that for me, my hope is that over time they forget about the product. Like my goal is
they just use it as a tool.
Just use it. It's an extension of their arm. It's an extension of their mind. So my hope is that you know enough about it that you buy it and try it, but then you forget about it because it's just a part of who you are and what you teach with. And so that's been the other part. And then the last part is just the video quality. I think one of the big things is that there's a misnomer about video quality. Just because something says it's 1080p doesn't mean it's 1080p. And the effort that we've put in to make sure that it's streaming quality and it's built from that lens of it makes the objects look good without you having to put effort into it.
And even when zooming in, the detail that you get out of it is amazing. It really is. So we were talking about throwing it into a butterfly cage during the life cycle of a butterfly. I was talking to someone outside earlier before we started today, and they were talking about it and how they wanted to use it for cadavers and to show dissections and things like that. So what are anything else that someone said that stood out to you of a use?
I think globes are a really interesting one, that geography, like the whole notion of being able to show the three-dimensionality of the world with a globe is something that hasn't been done before that we've seen. And with this, just even talking about that, or teachers being like, hey, I can show you the 3 dimensions as opposed to showing you a flat experience. Showing you that, the Arctic Circle is on the northern hemisphere. Hopefully I'm getting this right. Adam's going to keep me.
Is that correct?
And then physically showing the transition from that to the southern hemisphere. Just some of those nuances of exploding or hopefully enhancing children's ability to understand that physicality, but doing it in a way that you're not dealing with complexity. You just use one hand to interact with the product.
That three-dimensional globe, know in front of you it's not a digital, Google Earth kind of three-dimensional, but a physical three-dimensional type of situation.
And have the Google Earth side by side, because our goal is to make sure that there's no software, there's no drivers. You plug the thing into any computing system and then use your native camera tools. You can have your digital slides, digital Earth, and have the physical object and show the children and demonstrate. It's going back to kindergarten show and tell and making show and tell something that is more enhanced in the digital world.
But using the technology
Yep.
and bring it into a 21st century classroom.
Exactly.
Awesome talking to you again.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me during ISTE, and I love it. I think every classroom should have one of these.
Touch wood.
And that brings us to the end of this episode of Classroom Dynamics, where knowledge and inspiration meets innovation. I hope you've enjoyed today's discussion and found it both insightful and uplifting. As always, my goal is to provide you with practical strategies, engaging stories, and powerful insights that can fuel your motivation as an educator. I believe that when knowledge and inspiration do come together, incredible things can happen in your classroom. And for all of you who may feel that it's too late to strengthen your craft, I challenge you to make it your mission to do so. You've worked hard to get to where you are today, and it's never too late to infuse new life into your work. So why not make today that day to do so? I'm Adam Todd, and you've been listening to Classroom Dynamics, a teacher podcast. You can follow Classroom Dynamics on X at Class Dynamics or on Instagram at Classroom Dynamics Podcast. If you haven't already, go to Apple Podcasts and subscribe, rate, and review this podcast. And if you know a teacher who may benefit from today's show, please share it with them. We'll be back soon with more captivating conversations, inspiring stories, and strategies that you can implement into your everyday routines. Until then, keep igniting that spark in your classroom and never stop believing in the incredible impact you have as an educator. You're more powerful and inspirational than you think. If you like this episode, you'll enjoy our sit down with Dr. Michelle Neustadt, a dynamic educator and senior director of STEM learning design for BrainPOP Science, as she walks us through the importance of science and STEM education. Unlike traditional textbook learning, BrainPOP Science elevates middle school science education with student-driven investigations, engineering projects, and interactive activities like simulations and 3D worlds. It challenges students to gather information, explain phenomena, and express ideas through writing, fostering a deeper understanding of the material.
And then our learners are the doers. So they need to engage with all of our interactive resources. So we have simulations, data manipulatives that have real world data sets from like NOAA and NASA. We have related readings and primary source materials. And throughout all of this, learners answer questions. They also make observations.